Hi everyone, I am Anil Kumar, motivational speaker. Today, I would like to speak specifically how to write 10 marks questions and 6 marks questions of 3-year LLB and 5-year LLB conducted by examinations conducted by Karnataka State Law University, Hubli. Many of the students they don't know how to write for an answers, maybe 10 marks questions, maybe 6 marks questions in their examinations. So today I'm going to brief about how to write your examinations, especially new pattern method. 80 marks will be the theory paper and 20 marks will be the internal test and assignments conducted by colleges affiliated by Karnataka State Law University. It is very important that everyone should know how to write, especially in the examination, and everyone knows time is very precious. Within 3 hours of time, we have to write 10 questions. 10 marks questions 5 and 6 marks questions 5. Many of the students have not completed all 10 questions. Like what I told, 10 marks question 5 and 6 marks questions 5. They may failed to complete all questions due to constraint of time. Due to constraint of time within 3 hours, how to write your answers, what are all the content, what are all the points to be mentioned in the answers. I'm going to tell this is my practical experience. I have been written and I have got very good marks in LLB. The same only I would like to express yours myself to score good marks in LLB examinations. So I'm sharing my experience, own experience, my own thoughts, my own views, so that you will also get benefit in the university examinations. First of all, you will have a 3 hours of time. You need to maintain 3 hours very need to maintain in a good manner for 3 especially for 3 hours. You need to utilize 3 hours in a very great manner. How to utilize it? First of all, you will have 10 marks questions and as well as 6 marks questions. 10 marks questions, there will be 10 questions. Among you have to choose 5 questions. How to choose 5 questions? Whether it could be unit fifth, whether it could be unit third, whether it could be unit second, whether it could be unit first. You have to choose which one is the best, that you have to choose it. You have to start for that answer. First of all, we need to give at least 5 minutes to read your questions properly. After reading of questions, you have to choose which one the very best question. You have to choose that. Then after, you have to start to write. For 10 marks question, you have to write introduction. Introduction is very important. Introduction, at least 4 to 5 lines introduction is very important. Then after introduction, give one definition. If you write one definition for that particular question, that evaluator will get impressed. The procedure and methodology, if they see how to express your answers, immediately they will catch it and they will give you very good marks. One definition you required, you write one definition. After that, you have to write section or subsection. If it is Indian Constitution, please mention article. You please mention. Then after, many questions will have many points. So at least for 10 marks question you have to write 10 key points. Some questions they may not have key points, like we can tell one question: what is an injection, what is the types of injection. You don't have you will not have 10 types of injection. You will have some 3 to 4 injection. What is with the what is injection? Introduction, you have to write what is injection. Then as I told you, 4 to 5 lines introduction is required. Then after you have to write definition of injection. Then after that you need to write section or subsection as per the Indian Contract Act 1872 where it is comes injection. Then after you have to write types of injection. There will be 4 to 5 types injections will be there. You have to write each injections. At least you have to write 5 to 6 lines each you have to describe. Then after what you will do, some case laws will be right. 2 case laws is mandatory to write. Please write 2 case laws for 10 marks questions. Then after that, if you know very well, you can write illustrations also, examples. If you give examples, 2 examples, that is fair enough to score good marks in, especially for 10 marks. Then after anyhow you have written, you have explained 4 to 5 types of injection. After that you have written 2 case laws. Then after that you have written some 2 examples or illustrations. Then after you have to give one conclusion. Conclusion 3 to 4 lines is enough. One conclusion. You have to write for 10 marks questions not more than 22 or 23 minutes. Don't take more than 23 minutes. 23 within 23 minutes you have to complete, like introduction, then after definition, then after section, subsection. If it is Indian Constitution article you have to mention. Then after, if it is good question, 10 key points you have to write, and each 10 key points we have to write 2 to 3 lines, 2 to 3 lines, 2 to 3 lines. We have to describe the each key points. If it is not there, key points not available, if types are something other kinds of any questions, only you have to write types or kinds whichever available in the textbook, whichever you have written in the notes, that you have to precisely you have to explain for an each key point. After that you have to write 2 case laws. Then after that, if you know very well, give 2 examples. Then after you have to close as a conclusion. If you write like this, definitely will get 10 out of 9 or 8 definitely will get in the university examinations, which we have got. So that is the reason I am explaining how to write your answers. 5 questions in 80 marks, 5 questions will be 5 questions will be the 10 marks of each. First you have to prefer 10 marks questions. Please don't write 6 marks questions. After first 10 marks question you have to give preference. 5 10 marks question you have to complete it, like 23 minutes, 23 minutes, 23 minutes, 23 minutes, 20 minutes, 23 minutes. Then after you have to choose 6 marks question. 6 marks question how to write, like as it is for 10 marks you have to write even 6 marks also. 6 marks questions, first introduction we have to write 3 to 4 lines. Then after please give one definition for that question. Then after, if it is required, section, subsection. If it is Indian Constitution, please mention article. Then after, for that particular questions, what will be the key points? You have to mention at least minimum 6 key points for 6 marks question. You have to mention 6 key points. Then after, you have to Describe for each key points. Then after you have to write one case law for 6 marks. One case law is enough, and one illustration, if it is required, one illustration is enough. Then after, please conclude with, like, 3 to 4 lines. We have to conclude that questions. If you write like this, 10 marks, 10 minutes is enough to complete your 6 marks questions. If you write like this, 10 marks question as well as 6 marks questions, you will left 10 minutes of time. In that 10 minutes of time, what you need to do is you have to evaluate yourself, your answers, what you have written, whether it is right or wrong. You have to evaluate once again. Self evaluation to be done. While doing self evaluation, please make underline. If you have written in the black pen, please use black pen. If you have written in the blue pen, please use for underline blue pen. If you make underline, like, introduction, please make underline. Then after definition, you make one underline. Then after section, subsection, and or an article, please make an underline. Then after each key points, 10 marks question, 10 key points will be there, and 6 marks question, 6 key points will be there. Please make underline of each key point. If you make like this way, and even for case laws, there will be landmark case laws. Like, for an example, Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. You make underline for that landmark case laws. So 2 case laws will be written. Please, for 2 case laws you have to make underline. Then after, you have to make underline for conclusion part. Conclusion, if you are written illustration, 2 illustration 1 and illustration 2, you make underline. Then after, for conclusion also you make underline. One question answer completed, you make close of that particular question, so that evaluator will not get any confusions on this any kind of questions or an answers. This is how very important our students has to be maintained. Many of the students, they don't know methodology how to write for an answers for 10 marks questions as well 6 marks questions. Nobody will teach like this. This is my own experience I'm sharing with you all. Please get benefit. Please forward this video as many as possible your friends, so that they will also get benefit from this video. So I have told how to write examinations and how to maintain the time. This is how, if you maintain like this, definitely you can achieve very good marks as well. You can pass in first attempt itself. There are many students have confused about how many pages we have to write for 10 marks questions and 6 marks questions. So as per my knowledge and my experience, within 23 minutes, if you can able to write 3 pages, you can write 3 pages. If you can able to write 4 pages, please write 4 pages. If you can able to write within 23 minutes, you can write 5 pages. That is up to you, your writing skills, how much you have improved. If you have a confidence to write many pages, you can write, you can elaborate the key points. For especially I'm telling about those who are struggling to write, their writing speed is very low. Minimum 3 pages is required for 10 marks question, and minimum 1.5 pages is required for 6 marks questions. I'm talking about whose writing speed is very very less. Whose writing speed is very good and very fast, they can able to write 10 marks question 4 pages and 6 marks questions 2 pages, so that they can score very good. And anyone you are writing going to write quality and quantity, they may consider for you to get more good marks in LLB. The methodology is very important for our LLB students. Without that, you cannot score. I have told already, many of the students, they don't know how to write the methodology, they don't know how to write in their examinations. This video definitely will going to give the methodology, how to use it for 10 marks questions as well as 5 marks questions. I have covered here how to write and how to manage the time and quantity, quality, how many pages you have to write, that have been completed in this video. I hope this video will be going to get benefit for your upcoming examinations. Please do write like this. For 10 marks question, please don't take more than 23 minutes, and 6 marks question, please don't take more than 10 minutes. If you write like this, definitely we can complete all questions within the stipulated time, within 3 hours, 2 hour 50 minutes. You can able to complete all the 10 questions, like 10 marks questions 5 and 6 marks questions 5, both of them clubbed together 10 questions. You can able to complete it within 2 hours 50 minutes. I can challenge you, if you maintain like this, definitely will left 10 minutes of time. In that particular 10 minutes of time, you can able to evaluate your answers, where we have done wrong. You can make corrections, you can make underline for each key points, so that the way of expressing your answers, that is very important. You know very well about the answers, the way of methodology to write, that is very important. So methodology I have been explained in this video. I hope this video will be going to get good benefit, and please do subscribe my channel Anil Kumar KT, so that futures I will give very good videos on LLB. Thank you.